Hello, you guys. Welcome back to the Faithful Divinity. I feel propelled to give this message to you guys, to give this word of advice, because it is something that I am currently experiencing right now, and it feels really good to be on the other side, to be awakened, and knowing how to manage my time better. And that was always something that I struggled with. When I was really little, it wasn't so much something that I struggled with, but eventually when I got into being more on my own, it was something that I struggled with. And I found myself giving a lot of my time to people and to things that weren't really serving my highest potential, and just giving a lot of time to things that weren't really helping me grow. Of course, looking back though in hindsight, I had to go through those things in order to learn. And so I regret nothing. And now I do know that all of those times that I gave my precious energy to those things and those people were just a learning lesson. They were all learning lessons for me to get to this point, to realize that I don't want to do that anymore. And so, just for example, my boyfriend asked me if I wanted to go to the movies, and we had plans for a date night, or a day date. And we didn't really know exactly what we were going to do. We were thinking about going to the movies. And then today is kind of the day that, it's Sunday, and he asked me if I wanted to go to the movies today. And it's, for a movie that I don't really care to see. It's a movie that I know that I'm not going to, I'm just not super excited to see it. And I know that I'm not going to be super disappointed if I don't see it. So it's kind of I can live without seeing it. I love going to the movies. I love the whole experience of going to the movies and eating popcorn and having a soda and just relaxing, especially if there's a recliner chair. I love a good movie experience. But this was just a movie that, I could care less to see. And he is more interested in it than I am. And there's not really other movies out right now that I am interested in either. So I just told him, hey, you know what? I actually want some other, I want to do some other things, around the house. I just said that it's okay that I will watch our son and you can go watch the movie if you still want to see it, smiley face. And I texted him that. And I just came to this point of prioritizing my energy. And I realized the exact moment when he asked me, do you want to go see that movie? And immediately inside, I was like, no. And I took that as my answer. Because in the past, I would have felt the no. inside me, but I would have still forced myself to go in order to make that person happy, in order to keep that person company, and in order to like make that person feel like I was, like all in, like I was a ride or die, like, yes, I will do anything for you, like, but it really over time, like doing that a lot, like literally every time, just depleted my energy so much. And I got burnt out. I didn't have time to do anything that I wanted to do. Like, I have some things at home that like I want to do, and I have that right. I have that right to do those things, and I have the right to prioritize my time and spend my time doing what I want to do. Of course, being in a relationship, there is compromise. And so I'm not saying like, to not compromise at all, but there is a time to compromise. And to me, the time to compromise is when both of you have to do something that is, when you both have to do something that cannot be passed, like eating. Like, we all have to eat. And if you're in a relationship, you most likely eat at the same time. Right? So you most likely eat at the same time. And because you do eat at the same time, it's like you ask each other, what do you feel like eating? And then you kind of come up with a meal, right? So something like that is what I think deserves compromise. Because like, say that he wants something spicy, but you're like, I'm not really sure. But then like you end up going for spicy just because you're not really sure exactly what you want to eat anyways. Or like, say that something that you want to eat is, I don't know, like on the other side of the city, right? And it's just like the spicy place is closer or something. Or like, we already have the ingredients to make something spicy, so let's just go with that. And then we can go with, the sour soup tomorrow night. Like, something like that. Like, that is where I feel like compromise comes in, and plays, a healthy role in a relationship. But if you're constantly compromising your time, like, say you want to go to like an art show, right? And your partner asks you like if you want to do something else, and then you're just like, well, I was planning on going to this art show, but yeah, okay, let's go. And then the whole time you're doing that thing that your partner wants to do, you're thinking about the art show. And so like, and then you're just like not really present with them, and you're, not really happy with how the day went. You're just kind of like, yeah, well, I sacrificed my time once again because I wanted to make sure that, I was being a good partner, and it's like, honestly, your partner most likely won't even like acknowledge, like they might acknowledge it, but they're not going to be like, wow, babe, like I really appreciate you, being here with me. Like, they're not like, not that external validation matters, but like you're just going to feel like I could have just went to the art show, like, like it's healthy to do things on our own. And this just goes for anything, like any relationship that you're in. You know, even if you're single and you have, you know, this situation with your friends and like you don't really want to go, then don't go. Like, that's okay. You really don't have to go. So just like prioritizing your time and committing to your ideas. You know, like if you had this plan for the day and you're excited about it, you're like, ooh, yeah, like this is going to be a good day. I got this plan for myself. I get to do this. I get to do this and that. Then you're just, you know, it's important to commit to it because it's only going to build your self-esteem. It's only going to make you joyful and like really happy at the end of the day. And you're going to feel satisfied. You're going to feel like you accomplished something. You're going to feel like you grew. You're going to feel like either you maintained your growth or you went a little bit higher. So like this was just a huge learning lesson for me and something honestly that I really wanted to comment about and make a video about, because I know that codependency is real, people pleasing is real, and I know that like when you're in a relationship it can be really hard to maintain self-control in a way where it's like you are maintaining your own life and maintaining your own independence, because once we start like diminishing our independence a little bit, once we start diminishing our self-control a little bit just to like make the other person feel like they have company, right? Like no, you're not doing them any favor, and you're especially not doing yourself any favor. Like, they're gonna be okay. You know, if you're in a relationship with an adult, you are going to be okay. They are going to be okay. Spending, you know, a few hours apart from each other is okay. And in fact, it's just going to make them want you more. It's going to make them want to spend more time with you in a way where it's like healthy for both of you guys, not just one of you guys is depleted. It's going to be like where both of you guys are fueled and energized from the activity that you guys are doing together, rather than just like one person sacrificing, you know, so much energy. Like nobody really wins from that, because then the other person can feel your depleted energy, and then they're just like wondering about you, like, you know, like neither of you guys are really present because he's worried about you because you're thinking about something else that you could be doing, and nobody wins. So just like, I'm just like honestly so happy that I volunteered, you know, to watch my son so he can go watch that movie. I have no problem with, you know, spending time watching my son because that's my son. I'm his mother, you know. And like watching your kid is different. It's a different kind of time management. Like it's a different feeling compared to like, you know, sacrificing your time for another adult. It's completely different. So like I don't mind watching my son while he goes and watches that movie, if that's a movie that he really wants to watch, because it seems like he really wants to watch it. He's been asking me to, like, you know, if I want to see it, and honestly I don't want to see it. And rather than being like, no, like that movie looks bad, like rather than being, you know, saying like a judgment about the movie, I'm just like it's okay. I think like maybe another movie another time is okay. I'm just gonna like, you know, kick back and chill. And you don't even have to like explain yourself. Like you don't have to explain your plans, like you know, because then you're just giving your power away. Just be like, yeah, I'm just gonna chill take some, time here at the house and just relax. And then when he or she is gone, then you just do what you're gonna do, and that's it. Like that's okay. Like, keep your power, maintain your power. Like, that's important. And not in a controlling way, but in a way where it's like your self-esteem is maintained, your sanity is maintained, your self-love is maintained, your self-care is maintained. Like, you are your highest priority, and like, it's just so important. So yeah. I feel excited. I feel relieved. I feel like I'm stress free. And I am just so excited to spend this day doing what I had planned to do. So, I hope that helps you guys out there. I know that this is like a huge turning point for me. It's like a huge realization, and the fact that I realized the feeling, and then I committed to that feeling. Like, I followed through with that feeling rather than being like, rather than giving in. I committed to how I felt, and I followed through with how I felt. And there's nothing more powerful than that. There is nothing more satisfying and gracious and self-loving than that. So I love you all so much. And just remember, a man values a woman who values her time. Okay, that's another thing. So, again, it's just another thing that is a plus. It's another thing that's a plus that comes out of this. So, I love you all. I will see you in the next one. And have a beautiful day. Bye.